Good day, this is Steve Vitale, the Managing Director of Marketing here at Diaceutics. We are happy to be launching our very first podcast, a summary of our Precision Medicine Readiness Report for 2018. Back in 2005, our CEO, Peter Keeling, saw the beginnings of an enormous market shift coming to the pharmaceutical industry. The wave of precision medicine was barely noticeable at that time, but he knew it would eventually build to a crescendo. So we've built this report to take a look at some of the trends and emerging issues in the marketplace, and we're going to give you a brief overview of our report taking a look at 2018. So I'm happy to be joined here by Peter. And Peter, how are you today?
I'm very good. Thanks, Steve, for leading the charge.
Excellent. Thanks so much. So today's topic, as I said, we'll be covering a summary of this readiness report, and we're going to answer some questions such as how is the precision medicine market growing, which companies are best prepared to commercialize their diagnostics and therapeutic launches. And we also asked our companies for the first time, what they think of the challenges in the marketplace. So Peter, can you give us a brief view of what's going on here in precision medicine?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're excited to see a real coming of age of the precision medicine market. And, there's lots of discussion about, externally about the profound growth that everyone is seeing in the precision medicine space. I mean, it's being forecast to grow to an $80 billion market in 2023. But underneath the hood of that, I think what's of real interest to us and really exciting is to see the growth in the level of commercialization investment supporting better testing, which in itself is supporting better treatment and better outcomes. And there we're looking at a market that's going to grow fourfold, I think, from its $1 billion in 2017, which was the first time we saw that number, up to somewhere around $4 billion plus in 2023. So it's a huge signal, I think, that the market is on the move.
Wow, those are some incredible numbers. Now that you've given us a brief overview of where the market's going, can you shed some light on some of the specifics around the number of targeted therapies that are coming to the market?
Sure. And, a good benchmark, I think, is to go back and look at how many therapies the FDA has approved where there's a very strong label link. And we're hovering now around 200 therapies, which itself has grown over the last decade. But it bears no resemblance to what we believe is coming to the market. Where in looking at late-stage clinical trials, phase 2, phase 3, we're kind of guesstimating there's about 1,000 therapies, so a five-fold increase of drugs where there's going to be a test and drug combination arriving in the market. That's a huge tsunami that you described, but also I think it comes with a huge responsibility to try and make sure that we understand what the infrastructure and the support mechanisms will be to support that level of increase.
Wow, that's incredible. And to get a sense of not only what our perspectives are in terms of what those challenges might be, we did go out and actually ask our customers what they thought the biggest issues would be. So we were lucky enough to get responses from 25 of our customers across 9 different organizations in the industry. And would you be able to share some of the highlights of those research results for us?
Yeah, Steve, you alluded to the fact that it's the first time that we'd asked our pharmaceutical clients what was going on. And we've observed over the past 5 or 6 reports, huge levels of research and development investment going on to support new, innovative, targeted therapies. But I think what is more interesting for this particular report, and again representing the tipping point for precision medicine, is there is a new awareness of the commercial challenges that are required to put a test and drug in step into the market. And those challenges aren't just about how you communicate around the test, it's also about the regulatory restrictions, about the access and reimbursement for the test, and ultimately about how we are going to communicate new biomarkers and new testing modalities to patients. These are areas which I think we still have a lot of work to do in, and I think that's what's reflected back in some of the feedback from our pharma clients. I think they're saying that too.
Gotcha. So how would you say these challenges kind of manifest themselves, right? Is there a playbook that's out there, or do you think that some companies have a good handle on this, or does it depend?
In a word, there is no playbook yet for the companion diagnostic rollout. And that's a pity, because I think as a discipline across the industry, when we're launching a new therapy, we really operate to a very strict and high quality set of commercial guidelines. But we don't have that yet in this space. What we have are different strategies, different levels of execution, and different levels of investment. I'm optimistic that we will get there, but frankly, I think we still have a lot of work to do on the ground in the multiple markets to make sure that we are not that we're not missing patients, and that patients aren't missing out on the right drugs. So testing is the key, and I think investing in right sizing that testing is something that we will be focused on over the next few years.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, thanks so much, Peter. Thanks for taking us through a whistle-stop tour of the Diaceutics Precision Medicine Readiness Report for 2018. If anybody out there is interested in receiving a copy of the full report, please don't hesitate to reach out to myself via email, steve.vitale, that's Vitale, at Diaceutics.com, or to our VP of Business Development, david.sweet, david.sweet at Diaceutics.com. Once again, thanks, Peter, for your time. We really appreciate it, and hope you have a great day.
Not at all, and happy reading.